Thank you for joining The Hub by the Built Environment Middle East magazine. I am Faina Ashwat, the editor of this publication that plays a critical role in highlighting the developments, challenges, and solutions in the management of the built industry. We are now continuing the series on the evolution of CAFM, a vital tool for the facilities management sector. Today's podcast episode, powered by Facilio, is on the role of technology in the future of integrated facilities management. We will discuss today why CAFM needs to evolve, the challenges posed by legacy systems, and the modern needs of organizations with the evolving facilities management. We will also emphasize the importance of a modern CAFM system that can lead the future of facilities management by leveraging IoT-led technologies and discuss how organizations adapt to this change. So today, to talk more on this, we are delighted to welcome Tarek Assil, the Executive Director of iFM Facilities Management. He brings a wealth of experience in managing and leading various facilities in the GCC. So, Tarek, diving straight into the topic of discussion, let me ask you first, what, in your opinion, are the modern facility management responsibilities, initiatives, KPIs, and process changes?
Okay, today in the FM industries, we have a lot of challenges on when we need to cope up with a lot of changes on the market, is locally and internationally. We have a lot of push now and commitments for sustainability. We have the KPIs of your clients as end users, as investors, and as even tenants. So you have different and wide range of KPIs we have to meet. So in facilities management, you're always being, the unsung hero that wherever if you do all your things right on the KPIs, you will be, not on the scene. Whenever any problems will happen, then the problem there. So this responsibilities of us to keep everything working perfectly is the first stage of facilities management deliverables. Now we are more responsible on controlling the behavior of the facilities and properties. And we have to bring more efficiency on the performance of the facilities. We have to work on extending the lifespan of the building, the useful life. We have to control and reduce the cost of running the facilities. And all this should be track-proofed on a proper plans, a proper tracking. And these strategic plans needs to be supported with technologies nowadays. And all these measurements now, it's an input to your clients or investors as the new indicators, which is ESG. So you have a lot to deliver. We have a lot to evolve in the future as facilities management, and our role is very dynamic. We have many stakeholders in each contracts. We have the end users, we have clients, property owners, property management, the investment, the government, the organizations, the sustainabilities requirements, the regulatories. So we have to please everyone. We have to reach to this small area of balancing all the stakeholders' requirements on the best way of everyone's interest. So it is difficult to reach that. So you have to be supported, as I said, with the right technology, with the right planning, with the right data, with the right analysis, with the right even AI.
So in your opinion, Tarek, what limitations and challenges have you faced so far with legacy CAFM systems?
Actually, see, when you start managing any properties, the first thing you ask about the behavior and the history of the building. And if you don't have the right history, if you don't have the right legacy or the asset behaviors in the last couple of years since building the facility, since planning even, and since even the construction and the planning stage and value engineering, and the energy consumptions behaviors. All those records, if you don't have it, you will start building on your CAFM blindly. So today with the conventional, let me call it conventional CAFM system, you don't have this clarity of the data. You don't have these data clearly available and being let's say processed. So you get a raw data in the best case scenario, and this raw data doesn't give you any recommendations or any behaviors analysis. This is the problem where you if you process that data in the best case scenario, even if you get it processed, if you could do some analysis on the data you are getting, and you'll get it in raw data like Excel or Assil or database, then you will get some of the informations and you can start building with it. So this stage will always consume a lot of time, and it's a vague area where you're not sure that this is the right data, and that's where the CAFM is doing the opposite of the main role of it. It's asset management. So that's the main challenge we have. Second is it's mainly working on scheduling and data entry and data storage. While if you don't have any processing of the data, automatic processing, because the amount of data today is huge, the amount of assets being connected is also huge. So if you don't have the right tools or the right automations to control and process and get initial data, and with the new CAFM you have the algorithm analysis where it gives you some recommendations. It's reading the dynamics of the assets and the behavior of the building, and give you highlights on potential actions you need to do. That's where the future is. So legacy for the CAFM should evolve along with evolving on the requirements, on the stakeholders' requirements, on the sustainability and ESG.
Right. So you're saying that there should be more clarity of data, and also it should help in processing of the data itself. So Tarek, if given the power to create a CAFM system of your choice, what integrated features would you include for people, for processes, and for systems?
End of the day, what do we need from CAFM as facilities managers today? It's for us, it's end of the day, it's a tool where it can tell me where I need to divert my effort, where is my opportunity for saving. So the integration should come from the data related to the assets should be all integrated. So for example, all your scheduled works, all your feedback coming from your team on the ground when they do the PPMs, when they do put any comments on the behaviors, on these readings you get from BMS, which today is not being incorporated to the CAFM system. It has to be incorporated in a smart way, not on a data entry way where you consume more resources and you get the data but you lose in efficiency and cost. So the connections is first is centralize all your CAFM about the assets, collect all 360 degrees of data around your assets, around the consumptions, around the breakdowns, around the abnormality of any behaviors of your assets. And the second stage is to connect your business continuity plans or your uptime of your assets, of your facilities, through your redundancy plans, especially for the critical assets or the critical systems, which is affecting the operational of the system. Because today, end of the day, in facilities management, our role is to take the headache or to keep the place ready for others to operate and do their business. So we have to assure the continuity by analyzing the data and expecting and predicting what's going to happen or going to affect the performance of the building. Third is the energy management. Energy management, that's today, on evolving technologies, you can now connect all the assets, or at least the major assets, critical assets, easily through IoT. So you can go to different parameters. One of them is the energy consumptions as a power, or as a BTU, as a energy, as a chilled water, and it can also connect your other parameters like temperatures, return temperatures, differential pressures. There's many technologies now, and the beauty about that, it's very reasonable. So today your ROIs for any IoT systems, it's getting better and better. So we just need the CAFM should be connecting the assets wherever you have an assets which is not connected or not being monitored or controlled today, because it's an old system, an old building. You can easily connect it with the fractions of cost you used to do 10-15 years ago through BMSs, and the CAFM should convert all this data together in one platform where it will tell you exactly your assets behavior, from energy, performance, maintenance, and forecasting the breakdowns. So that's where you can, as next step from all this data you have, when you get assurance that, and you've done all those monitoring, and you've seen that it's efficiently working and giving you the data you need with minimum errors, then you can start planning your manpower, your resources accordingly, and then you can get the maximum efficiency from energy consumptions, from the cost of maintenance as replacement or asset life cycle extensions, and the resources utilized to do the maintenance.
Yes. Thank you for bringing, for mentioning BMS as part of this. So how does a connected CAFM that supports the integration of BMS data help the transformation in facility management practices?
Yeah, actually, today CAFM will replace BMS. That's the future, and
yes,
if not replacing fully, it will be the front end. It will read the data from BMS. The time of having a BMS operator sitting 24 hours in front of the screen is over.
Okay,
that's not efficient anymore. We're not on 90s, and we're not in NASA control room.
Right.
You have now the technology to highlight to you, to send you notifications, to send you an emails, to even open a ticket in the CAFM system with the right priority based on the asset criticality and based on the failures it's happening. You can program all this in the CAFM system. So you just need to feed the data from BMS to your CAFM system, do the right configurations and set points, and the right process. And then you can connect many BMSs to one control room. And then you get the right, you just imagine you're saving the time from the BMS to notice the problem. And sometimes, and it happened in many locations, that the BMS guy, he just went to a break or 5 minutes break, and the problems or the chaos happened in this 5 minutes. So the whole waiting of 365 days is required only for this 5 minutes, which he missed. So that's a bad luck, that's where you put it's a human error, or when you have a human in the process, you always expect an error. So we reached the time in technology that we can avoid that. We can divert these efforts of the BMS who's monitoring a screen to something more, to do the analysis, to do the programming, to analyze the data, to make sure the previous analysis done and the feedback given to CAFM is correct, it's logical. So it's BMS is now, even they need to create CAFMs, or CAFMs they need to create or connect or override BMSs. And today, new BMSs IoT. The CAFM should work on IoT. So for easy connections, easy installations, and better ROIs.
Yes, definitely. So, just to ask you, Tarek, how would you prioritize these, three criteria impacting the modern CAFM systems? One, the value for different stakeholders. Two, process improvements. and 3, interoperability. So how in your opinion would you, what is the importance to you, for these 3?
The value, it's a good question actually. And that's actually one of the main questions where in when it comes to the real life, where the decision is being taken on the CAFM. So see, the value of stakeholders is the first, because if your stakeholders doesn't, if they don't feel or they get the points why the CAFM is a requirement, what the problem CAFM is gonna solve, then you'll not have the investments and the support to implement the CAFM. And this is always the main key to start the process. Now, that's the first, because your different stakeholders' interest will go from customer satisfaction of tenants. So each stakeholder has his own interest as per his KPI or as per his targets. You might have a customer satisfaction, and I don't see any reason why CAFM will not improve it. It's savings or cost saving or efficiency, sustainability, not as sustainability of environment only, it's sustainability of a business and facility. That's on the other face of the coin. It's sustainability for the whole a company or a contract or a business itself. And today is what I've seen in the near future is the ESG. When you link your CAFM to ESG, it will be a win-win formula, because today ESG will be the future of selection of investments. So the best solution giving better ESG solutions or ESG parameters enhancements, that's where the investors going to look into. And investors are one of the most powerful stakeholders in the business.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tarek, for taking out your valuable time for being on the Hub by Built Environment Magazine. So we just heard from Tarek Al-Assil, the Executive Director of iFM Facilities Management, on connected CAFM and his perspectives on integrating PMS data. We will be back on the Hub with more such knowledge pieces by the Built Environment Magazine. Thank you.